Let's be honest here. As magicians, if there's one thing that's hard for you to do, it's for you to secure the bag. And by the bag, I mean the shotties. But I get it. It's hard because of the weight, because of the fact that you don't clean the gunk underneath your fingernails, or because you're on the registry. So today what I have for you guys is a method of getting that phone number under the context of a card trick. Let's be honest, that's the only way you're going to be able to get it. By tricking them and deceiving them into giving you a piece of personal information. So here is the setup for this trick. What you're going to do is you're going to take the cards that match up with your phone number and remove them. In this case, if you want to use a 0, for example, some people like to use the 10. I like to use the queen because it looks a little bit more like a 0. In this case, I've taken out the ace through 10 to represent my phone number because I'm not going to give you my number. Now, these are going to go the area code first and then the rest of the digits. Now, this part is completely optional. You could just remove these cards from the deck that correspond to your phone number, and then you could get into the bulk of the routine. However, if you want the participants to be able to touch the cards and then move into this is the way to do it. You're going to take the phone number cards and you're going to place them on the table. You're then going to take any card that you want. In this case, we're going to use the ace of hearts, and we're going to put it face up. And then you're going to take the remaining cards and put it on top of the deck. Continuity. What this little thing allows you to do is that now you have a key card. So in this case, the ace of hearts is acting like my key card, because in a moment you're going to need to get a pinky break above these cards, which are your phone number cards. So instead of counting 10 cards, you just have this card over here. This is known as the oops control, which I teach on the PigCake Magic Academy. That's right, for $5 a month, you get access to over 1,200 videos going over card stuff, coin stuff, a little bit more if you want to learn the mentalism stuff, but it's still the price of a White Claw a month. I'm always constantly uploading to the Academy. As you can see, there's videos going on every single week, and might as well join. You get access to everything the moment you sign up. So it's not like those other magic services where you only get access to a certain part. You get access to everything, baby. Now, if you don't want to join the Academy, you could just pick up one of these bad boys, Pig Lives Matter. In this case, I have the only one that says Pink Lives Matter. Yours would say Pig Lives Matter, and you can get into arguments at bars wearing this particular shirt, or you could buy the other shirts that are on the merch line. So what's going to happen here is you're going to spread through the cards, and you're going to tell the participant, in a moment, I'm going to have a bunch of you guys pick cards, or I'm going to have you pick a bunch of cards. Now, as I keep spreading, I'm going to notice that there's a face-up card in the spread. At this point, I'm going to turn this card to a face-down position. At the same time, I'm going to get a pinky break below it. So now, when I square up all these cards, I'm going to have a pinky break above all these cards, which is going to allow me to get a break, which I need for the trick, without resorting to counting the cards or some other weird method. Now, at this point, you're going to implement any package switch that you know. My favorite is the Jinx change. So you're going to have the participants touch a bunch of cards. It doesn't matter if you count them. You could just have a bunch of them touch cards. And here, once you get to as many cards as you want to touch, you're going to remove them from the spread, and you're going to execute the Jinx change, which is as follows. You're going to take all these cards and place it on top of the deck. Now, in one action, you're going to lift up all the cards above the break and place them on the table and spread the cards in your hand as you address the cards that apparently they just touched. It's a bold, ballsy move, but now you're holding on to the digits that represent your phone number. At speed, it's just one of these things that's an attitude thing. You're going to have to spread through the cards, you're going to have to get the gonads, and you're going to have to just do it and not complain about it, just like sex with me. So here, you're going to take the cards, you're going to place them down, you're going to address the participants and say, hey, these are the cards you touch. You guys touched from different spots in a deck. But here, we're going to change it up a little bit further. And now we're going to get into the bulk of the trick, which is the deal or switch principle. I believe this principle is from Paul Curry, and it's one of my favorite. But what you're going to do is that you're going to tell the participant, in a moment, I'm going to deal the cards to the table, but I'm going to give you the option. If you want me to deal the card, or you want me to switch it with the card that's coming up next. It's going to be completely up to you. So go ahead. Do you want me to deal the card? Or do you want me to switch it? Now, if you've noticed, that essentially is doing the exact same thing as this. All I'm doing is the equivalent of dealing through the cards. But if I give them the option of dealing or switching, it seems like they have a choice in the matter. Whereas really, all that's happening is just a single deal. Try it out with the cards in your hand, and you're going to see that's the exact same thing of me dealing the cards one after the other on the table. But you're going to explain to them what's going to happen here, and then you're going to give them the option to deal or switch. And you're going to go through the entire packet twice. So they could deal, they could switch, they could deal, they could switch, whatever it is they want. Now you're going to do it one more time. So you're going to have them deal or switch. And again, all I'm doing here is the equivalent of a single deal and then dealing the cards back. So they could deal, they could switch, whatever it is they want. And if you notice, the cards are still in the exact same order, because all we've done is the equivalent of dealing the cards once like this and then dealing the cards once again like that. And here's what we get them, my friends. Here's where you get them digits, because what you're going to do is you're going to tell them, now take out your phone and open the phone application. You guys determine what cards we picked. You determine in what order the cards remain. So what I want you to do is whenever we come across a card, I want you to input that digit on your phone call app. And that's all you're going to do. In this case, the first one would be the first digit, and you're going to have them do this for each and every single digit of your phone number. So now your phone number is on their phone. You're going to tell them to press the call button. And what's going to happen? Ring, 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 ring. Hey, it's Piggy. Oh, it's my phone number. That's crazy, because you guys touched any card you wanted. You put it in whatever order you wanted. And yet, look at that. It happens to be my phone number, which, by the way, means that now I have your phone number. Didn't think that through, huh? This is a Palm Pre, by the way. It was my phone in college. I had a bunch of these because they would break. So I just would get a bunch of them because they would break. The screen wouldn't work. But this is the best phone of all time, the Palm Pre. Yo, Palm gang unite. But there you have a way of getting their phone number by nefarious means. Now, I like that one at a time bits where you have them place each digit depending as the card comes up. So you say, do me a favor, put 1 onto your phone. Let's see, there's an X card, put 2. Put 3, and they're inputting all these digits one at a time to their phone. There's something that I like about that particular presentation, because they don't have the perception as to what's actually going to happen yet. Whereas if you have the card spread and you go, do me a favor, why don't you put this into your phone number? Then it becomes a phone number, and they might jump to the conclusion before you actually want them to. Some advice at the end of the video. Oh boy. Man. Well, actually, this is a good exercise. Speaking of phones here, these are my old phones from college. And what's interesting is that if you go through it and you see the text messages that you sent to shawties back in the day, you become better. You feel better about the evolution that you've partaken in your life. Me personally, I've looked at some messages and I cringed. My entire face turned into the same face that it would if I bit into a lemon just by reading the messages that I would send to girls. So that's a good exercise if you ever wonder how far you've come in life. Look at your old messages.
I see you again, when I see you again, when I see you again.